Welcome to the Downtown, brought to you by Arlington Citizen Media. I am Rody John, and today we talk to Sean Gleason from the PBR, who is celebrating 30 years this coming week in Fort Worth, Texas, with a series of events, including a Dirty 30 party at Billy Bob's. And that Dirty 30 party is going to be hosted by Larry the Cable Guy. So they're going to have so many great people. You're about to hear it straight from Sean's mouth. But yeah, there's so much fun stuff with the PBR happening out in Fort Worth, celebrating 30 years. I mean, you know, as most of you know, Yellowstone took the world by storm, and Western sports are back on the market for a lot of people. Some people it never left them. So here we are, 30 years later for PBR to still be around. That is amazing, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do in the future. So without further ado, here is Sean Gleason with a PBR. I want to welcome back to the show Sean Gleason with the PBR. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm well. So the PBR Unleash the Beast is returning to Fort Worth starting May 12th and going all the way through May 20th. You guys have so much packed in this entire over week, really. What all can people look forward to?
Well, it's our 30th anniversary celebration, so we're going to do it up right. And it's one of the tightest races in PBR World Finals history. We're celebrating our second year here in Fort Worth, so there's going to be plenty to do, lots to see every day. And of course, we cap it off on the evenings with the greatest bull riders on the greatest bulls.
True. I mean, so you guys have everything from obviously the invitational rodeo to the barrel racing to the fan zone's going to be open up. So many awesome musicians coming through. There's even something, the midnight bullfight. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? That kind of jumped off the page for me.
Yeah, we've been working with UBF for quite a while now, and having events that make sense in the right places. And we decided that, you know, a late night bullfight would probably be a good thing for people to do, and we're going to give it a try. But we've got, like you said, there's tons of other activity besides just the PBR World Finals performances with WCRA and Women's Rodeo and now UBF at midnight.
That is definitely something that people need to stay up and watch, because I think that one's going to be very interesting, and it's in the same realm but completely different from everything else they'll do that weekend.
Yep. Those guys are, people think that bull riders are a little crazy. Those guys are crazier than the bull riders.
You are not wrong on that one. Now, like you said, the PBR is celebrating its 30 years. You guys are doing a Dirty 30 party, which is happening at Billy Bob's on May 17th. The party is going to be emceed by Larry the Cable Guy and have a laundry list of talent there as well. What all can people look forward to with that?
Well, we thought we'd do our 30th anniversary in style, and Larry the Cable Guy is a longtime supporter and friend, so it was an obvious choice to kind of host the party. And then Chris Jansen and Ryan Bingham. We've got a lot of folks playing throughout the night at Billy Bob's, but it's not a concert. We want it to be a party. And so there will be games, pool tournaments, cornhole, and a lot of opportunities for people just to have a great time. You only turn 30 once, you only turn dirty 30 once, and we want to do it right. So going to be a fantastic night at Billy Bob's.
Yeah, I mean, Billy Bob's is historic, and I mean, obviously, so is the PBR as well. So, I mean, that match together is absolutely perfect. And my girlfriend and I have been getting into Yellowstone. So, Ryan Bingham, I didn't know he actually sung those songs until I saw that you guys had him at the Dirty 30. And I was like, okay, I guess he's a legit musician. And then I looked into him more. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just way out of touch. He is a complete legit musician, and he is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he's started as a legit musician and then worked his way into Yellowstone. And
right.
You're right, a lot of people don't know that, but Ryan's been, an incredible country music performer for a lot of years. And the connection with Yellowstone, we also announced a while back that we did a partnership deal with Cole Hauser, who's going to do a new campaign for us, and a lot of other activities that we're planning with Cole. And so it just made sense to kind of keep the theme alive with Ryan. he's a good friend and a good supporter of PBR, so we're happy to have him.
I mean, I'm glad you just mentioned it because that's exactly where I was going next. You and Cole Hauser have partnered to support the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. Tell us more about this partnership and also this wonderful foundation.
Yeah, we have a lot in common with Cole. Not just the Yellowstone connection and the fact that, frankly, he's probably the coolest cowboy on TV today and one of the most iconic in his role as Rip in Yellowstone. But Cole Hauser is one of us when it comes to his appreciation for the Western lifestyle, his views on American heritage and tradition, and then his values for the military. And so he sits on the board of Special Operations Warrior Foundation, and he actually introduced us to those great folks that do some incredible things. And what really got me about that is that they're focused on the children of fallen soldiers that in the special operations that have lost a parent and might otherwise be left behind, and they do so much for those kids in helping to prepare for life, whether it's college education, trade schools, or just helping them get into the next chapter of their life. And that's near and dear to PBR's heart, and we couldn't think of a better partnership. So all the proceeds from our Dirty 30 party are going to Special Operations Warrior Foundation.
That's incredible. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people think about, I mean, they obviously think how sad it is for the families, but then afterwards they don't think, okay, how are those kids going to be now brought up? How's that family going to be, taken care of? And I mean, the same thing when it comes to, local police as well. A lot of people just don't think about that kind of stuff. These people are putting their lives on the line just so that we can be more free and enjoy our freedom. But, unfortunately it doesn't work out well sometimes. Hopefully most times it does. But I'm so glad that there is this foundation out there that can help the families and the children after the fact.
Absolutely. I mean, we do, we usually honor a fallen or heroic first responder or military veteran at every single event that we go to. And you're right, you don't think a lot about what happens after the fact. It's a sad story in the newspaper, and unless somebody gets behind a cause and really helps, they could be left behind. And Special Operations Warrior Foundation does that in spades. They're a very reputable group, and we're very happy to be partnered with them.
Very true. I'm glad you guys are too. Now, I'm not trying to give any, get any cat out of the bag or anything, but will we in fact see Cole Hauser out at the Dirty 30?
Cole has a conflict, unfortunately, at the Dirty 30, but he is going to be here the first weekend on the 12th, 13th, and 14th. And we're going to be filming some stuff with Cole at Dickey's and in the stockyards throughout those couple of days on that first weekend. So anybody wants to get a glimpse of Cole Hauser, they should be at the PBR on the 12th, the 13th, 14th.
I will definitely let my girlfriend know because she has now a huge crush on him. Even though she would still never see Dazed and Confused, I'm like, well, we need to watch that movie now because if you love him now, you'll love him even more then. Yeah,
well, I get, when I talk to folks and they ask me about Cole Hauser, the men always say cool, and the women always say, can I meet him? So, yeah.
He does seem like a good guy, so I'd like to meet him too, just to have a beer with him. So
yeah, he is a really good guy, and like I said, shares all the PBR values. So that's why we chose to partner with him.
That's amazing. Now, you guys are also having an amazing music lineup over the entire week, which is full of talent. Who are you most excited about seeing?
Well, I'll be honest, and anybody that's been around the PBR or the PBR World Finals for the last 8 to 10 years knows that I'm a huge fan of Warrant. And they're going to be playing at Tannehill Tavern. We have a great lineup of country artists all throughout the week. There's a new gal, Annie Bosco, that is just phenomenal. She's going to be playing a couple of times throughout the week at Dickey's and over at the Dirty 30 party. But I got to be honest, Warren are my boys, and that's my jam. And I'm an '80s hair band junkie, so Warren's playing at Tannehill's on Friday. I believe it's the 19th at Tannehill's Tavern, and I'll be there in the front row.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you guys also have a Tim Love sponsorship, because not only does he own that music venue, but he's with you guys throughout the weekend. That's going to be awesome as well.
Yeah, Tim is an incredible chef, an incredible human being, and I've gotten to know him over the last couple of years. And so we have a special Tim Love food experience at the Dirty 30. We're doing at Tannehill's. We have a concert series both weekends, and a lot of great acts that are coming through there. We're booking acts over at Dickey's pre-show, and there'll be something going on pretty much everywhere. It's a big party, and everybody should come out.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when it comes to the bull riders, the country of Brazil has and continues to put out some incredible athletes. I've seen the same thing when I'm a UFC fan, and so for the longest time, Brazilians just kind of ruled the UFC world, and now it seems like they're just kind of ruling the pro bull riding as well. What do you think it is about this country that makes their athletes just maybe, just top notch?
Well, first of all, they're great athletes. I mean, and bull riding is a very popular, actually a more popular sport in Brazil overall than it is here in the U.S. And so a lot of them grow up and they're exposed to bull riding. And then when they learn that they can make $10 million in a career and go back and buy 2 or 3 or 4 ranches in Brazil, I think it makes them more dedicated and committed to the craft and the profession. But, that was, I'd say that was the case about 10 years ago. And then as the Brazilians started winning everything and taking the money out of the American kids' pockets and the Australians and the Canadians, you really saw a shift of them getting more focused and more committed to the craft and the profession of bull riding. So now we've got, a great race, and it's really not dependent on what country you're coming from. But they're, they were the first to be really fully committed athletes. From my experience over 23 years, they were the first ones that recognized that their bank accounts were benefited by being committed to bull riding and letting some of the other things they wanted to do in life wait for another day when they're retired.
Yeah,
they're just fully committed to the sport.
It is funny how they realize that, the winner's purse is definitely where I want to be. So it's not just good enough to be a bull rider, but that winner's purse is definitely a incentive.
Yeah, and bull riding is still a sport where you don't get paid unless you perform at the highest level and win. And we changed a little bit of that with the team series. We've got one of the 8 team franchises is the Texas Rattlers, based here in Fort Worth, and that's changing it a little bit. There's now more money available to bull riders, some of it in the form of contracts and guarantees. But for the most part, if they want to make money in their career and retire and be a true professional athlete, they've got to be committed and they've got to win.
Exactly. As they should. Now, as the CEO and commissioner, you're a very busy guy. What does your schedule normally look like when it comes to weeks and events like this? Well,
the finals week is always crazy. I mean, it's up at the crack of dawn and start your day with meetings, and we get together as a staff every morning to recap the day before or make plans for that current day. And then we've got a lot of VIPs and people that come to town. And the fortunate part for me these days, 23 years ago, we were having those meetings and then hanging the signs ourselves and putting up the arena panels. And, today we've got just an incredible crew and a lot more people that are committed to the success of the event. But I still got a pretty full day taking care of business and meeting with the VIPs that are in town that want to learn more about the sport or spend some time with the CEO and commissioner.
Yeah. So how much are you actually able to take in, watch, and enjoy?
Oh, every night. I mean, I'm still a huge fan of this sport. I get goosebumps still when great things happen in the arena, and So I don't miss many events throughout the year. I definitely wouldn't miss a ride of the PBR World Finals. So I'm sitting in my VIP platform, comfy cozy, and watching bull riding just like everybody else is.
That's awesome. Now, we've talked about it before, but with Western sports and lifestyle in general on the rise, what do you feel the future of the PBR looks like?
Well, the future of the PBR was launched last year with the PBR Team Series, and a great success. There's some fans, the older fans, that don't like any type of change, that think we, ruined the world because we introduced a team component to bull riding. But it didn't change the fundamental fact that it's the best bull rider against the best bull in a very individual athletic challenge. But now they're dependent on others for the success of the team. And we didn't get rid of individual bull riding. That's what's coming here to Dickies Arena in May, is the biggest event in bull riding, period, which is the PBR World Finals that celebrates our world champion in individual bull riding. But we were able to launch the team series, and I think it's much more understandable and relatable to a casual sports fan, and we're hoping to use that team series to bring new people into the sport. And the more people we bring in, the more money we can pay to bull riders, and the better product and service we can put on the dirt for the fans.
That's awesome. I mean, as much as I know that it's on the rise, I look forward to even more people coming in and enjoying it, because I know once I finally got there and saw all this live, I was like, okay, I get it. I'm here for it. People always have preconceived notions about, bull riding and cowboys and the lifestyle in general until they get there and they're like, oh, okay. These guys are legit athletes having to deal with hundreds of pounds of animal that does not want them on them whatsoever, and they have 8 seconds to do it and stay on, and it's an event to be at and watch. So I'm all here for it, and I can't wait for what the future looks like in general.
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely the most exciting sport on the planet, and what we do is wrap it in a very contemporary entertainment experience. So fans of all ages that come, they love it. And I think, one of the things I still get great satisfaction out of is meeting somebody afterwards that says, after an event, that says, I had no idea. I didn't know what to expect, but I loved it. And we see that in every city across America. The World Finals are that event on steroids, and we're hoping a lot of people will give us a chance to let us entertain them.
I hope they do too. Now, if you wanted to find out more about the 30th anniversary festivities, buy tickets, follow you guys on social media, how can they do all the things?
Best thing to do is go to PBR.com, and you can find it all there. And for tickets to the event, Dickies Arena, I believe Ticketmaster is the venue or the ticket outlet. But PBR.com will direct you wherever you need to go.
Awesome. Sean, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to be out at the PBR Unleash the Beast happening, for over a week of festivities celebrating the 30th year of PBR, starting on May 12th and going all the way through May 20th. And thank you again for your time.
Glad to be on. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Sean Gleason from the PBR for returning to the show. Always a great conversation. Hopefully I get to meet that guy in person one day. But, if you want to, go check out the PBR that is celebrating 30 years with a week long, if over a week really, of events happening out in Fort Worth, Texas. And definitely go check them out. While you are out and about, every Monday over at Dr. Jekyll's is Trivia Night, and that starts at 7 p.m. Also, every Monday is Open Mic Comedy over at 1851. Sign up at 7:40. Show starts at 8 p.m. And then every Wednesday at Jambo's Barbecue, catch UTA Jazz Night from 5:30 to 7:30. And then every Wednesday also, leave there, get your belly full, head on over to Division Brewing for their Trivia Night, and that is from 7 to 9 p.m. Also, make sure to check out our social media every Friday. We give you Find Out Friday. You get to find out everything that's happening in the city of Arlington so that you can, you get so many choices. So go check it out. Go check us out. And while you're out doing all the fun things, make sure to go out and eat local, drink local, and go rediscover your city. Tag us and send those pictures over to us on Facebook, Arlington Citizen Media, Twitter, ATX Citizen Media. Tag us on Instagram, Arlington Citizen Media, and send those pictures the old-fashioned way. Email arlingtoncitizenmedia@gmail.com. Also go to our website, www.arlingtoncitizenmedia.com. Don't forget to subscribe and give those 5-star reviews of the Downtown at Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and also hit us on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.